Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here. In today's video, I'll be going over what Adam Peters said in his press conference today at the NFL Combine, revealing a big secret about the quarterback position, and also going over his comments about Cameron Curl and some other players on this roster. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and that notification bell as well, so you never miss a video. Recording on the phone today, just kind of trying to experiment, see if you guys like the phone better or the computer, and I can maybe eventually, once I decide on one, can put like the overlay and stuff to make it look a little bit better on the phone as well. But just let me know, it's definitely easier on the phone. But Adam Peters today talked at the Combine, and yeah, this week's NFL Combine in Indy, and it's a big week, but it's a little bit not as significant because a lot of the top quarterbacks aren't throwing. I believe Caleb Williams isn't throwing. I believe Jayden Daniels isn't throwing. It was revealed today that Drake May isn't throwing. So a lot of the top guys aren't going to be throwing at the Combine. So, they're going to be throwing at their, pro day anyway. So you're still going to be able to, see what they can do, but you would like to see them at the Combine. It is what it is, but that's just my thought on the whole situation. But let's talk about what Adam Peters said today that was such a big deal or a big secret. Nothing crazy, because this is a, thing that I think all, or not everyone, because there's some people that still want Sam Howell to be the franchise quarterback, but I think almost everyone wants us to take a quarterback at 2 or trade up to 1. And he says, he was, asked about Brock Purdy and how he found him, and he says, Adam Peters on finding Brock Purdy. If we knew he was that good, we probably would have taken him sooner. Now I've got to find a new quarterback. So like he's revealing, like, I mean, it wasn't a secret, but if anyone didn't think they're going to take a quarterback at 2, there's your answer. And I don't think they're going to trade back either. They're taking a quarterback, whether it's at 1, if they trade up a little bit, or at 2. They're going to take a quarterback in the top 2, whether that's Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jayden Daniels. It's going to be one of those 3 guys, and I think it's leaning towards Jayden Daniels right now. I think Drake May, his stock's going a little bit down, and also you look at, Jayden Daniels, his stock's going up. So I would probably guess that Jayden Daniels is the pick at 2, but there's still a long way to go. We got 2 more months, around exactly 2 more months. I believe the draft is usually on a Thursday, so like 2 months from now we'll be at the draft, and I think it's in Detroit, and we'll be we'll see what happens. We still got free agency, still got the Combine, we still got pro days, we still got so much medical stuff to go over, interviews before we really find out who the Commanders are going to take and whose stock's going up and whose stock is going down. But a lot of it has already happened. In terms of the most important thing is the film and how they played and how the high football character and stuff like that. I know people don't love the character stuff, but Adam Peters talked about it today in his press conference that everyone that is in the building, they're good at scouting for the most part, but a lot of times what they struggle on is finding the good people, and that's something that you also have to figure out as well. But I think these guys have already figured out that a lot. They have a lot of sources, but they're gonna meet with these guys multiple times and spend a lot of time with them, and they rightfully should, rightfully so, they should, because you're taking a quarterback at number 2. You have to really do all your research, make sure that guy's gonna be bought in, make sure you know how good of a person or not great of a person they are, and how committed they are to football. That's another thing as well. And Drake May, I saw he had he was on Adam Schefter's podcast. He talked about possibility of coming to Washington. I mean, he's good friends with Sam Howell. He said, he kind of said in the beginning, it wouldn't be ideal again. And that makes sense because he said he's really good or almost best friends with Sam Howell. So to do that, you're in the same room, a quarterback room, you're going to be competing. And if one does well, it's bad for the other. So he obviously would rather not come to Washington if he could choose. But it's not because of the team. It's really just because he would be taking away an opportunity from his friend in Sam Howell. But yeah, this comment, not surprising at all by Adam Peters. They're taking a quarterback. He did have some, praise for Sam Howell, but yeah, they're taking a quarterback at 2. And then he was talking about Cameron Curl says, you know, they've had talks with his reps and will continue those. He said, I can just say from playing against him when I was in San Francisco, he was always one of the best players on the defense, a guy we had to watch out for, a guy we had a game plan for. Let's see. So a lot of respect for him. I've heard great things about him. We're going to definitely explore that and see if it fits into our overall plan. So not giving away much, but at least we know at least we know they've had talks with him. So they're at least somewhat interested in bringing him back. This is a new regime. They don't have any ties to Cameron Curl. Don't think any defensive coaches are back besides Ryan Kerrigan. That's a D-line. So I just don't really think there's a lot of ties to him. So I wouldn't be surprised either way. I would probably lean towards they probably don't keep him, but say it's close to a 50-50 if they keep him or not. We'll see how much money Cam Curl wants from us, because I don't think he is worth that much money, honestly. He doesn't get interceptions, and I know interceptions aren't everything, but you have to at least get, you know, some interceptions as a safety. Even if it's a strong safety, you have to get some interceptions if you want to get paid the big bucks. You can still get paid a decent amount, but you need to get paid. You need to get interceptions to get paid top of the league, you know, stuff for safety. Let's see, any other stuff from Adam Peters. He says, you guys know how construction goes. It doesn't go real fast. Talking about the roster. He said, any trade is a data point. I think the word of Trey, there's a lot of different things with him or with anybody that go into levels of success. I did learn a lot from that trade, talking about the Trey Lance trade. He said, there's a lot of ways to play quarterback effectively, but when you're mobile, it gives you more options. So, hey, that plays more towards Jayden Daniels, but Drake May is also somewhat mobile as well. He talked about Eugene Shen. We've had a really good dialogue. He can work with coaching, personnel, free agent pricing. He's been really enthusiastic. I'm excited to work with him. And those are kind of the main comments. I'm trying to find what he said about Sam Howell, because I swear I saw something about that. But the biggest takeaway is they're taking a quarterback, and they're not shy. They're not shy from it. Let's see. Peter says he and Cliff Kingsbury haven't talked much specifically on Caleb Williams. They've talked quarterbacks in general, but they're looking at all options. Peter says he met and talked with Sam Howell too. I feel really good about him too. So some compliments for Sam Howell there. I am 100% sure that he's lying, or not lying, but he's fibbing a little bit about the thing that he hasn't talked about Caleb Williams with Cliff Kingsbury. Definitely has. I guess they said haven't talked much, so there's leeway there, but they definitely have talked about it. They probably just think, hey, it's not going to happen. And there was news today from Ryan Poles, the GM of the Bears, that they're going to have a decision made before free agency on what they do with the quarterback. Whenever you say that, you publicly say it, you're not putting a lot of confidence in your quarterback, so I'll be very surprised if they do not trade Justin Fields. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace.